Hello, everyone. Gather here, gather here. How on a day? Welcome to NDISCO'S Village Meeting Podcast. We are still on Series 3. This will be our episode 25. How's everyone doing? Today, we're focusing a little bit on our young ones, the ones that it's already spring, it's almost over, I guess, and we are settling into summer. And May is when schools start closing down. People who are starting to get over the last session of the year in some areas, getting ready to do that. Others have already done that into the long summer period. I wanted to focus a little bit today after doing a little bit of digging in and also from experiences of the past to share a little bit thought on what to do with your time period. So your host today, as always, is Dr. Marcellina and Ndidi, M.OPARAOJI, welcoming you warmly to today's discussion. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And let's get into that. I will share my topic and then we can go from there. And it states this. The long summer school break is around the corner for many students, which is true. And the question to you, my young ones, will be this. What are your plans to keep yourself busy and productive wherever you are in the world? We're not talking about those in diaspora only, or those at the homestead of Africa. We're talking all over, because the needs of a student in one end of the earth is also the need of another, or others in other ends. So this is a question for you, not only you, the student, but also for your parents. What are their plans for you? It's not enough to, this is when some of us parents, we start sweating hard because we don't know what to do with our young ones. The work life has to still go on. But the question is, what we do with these young ones? And then we remember that school is so important, and that's where, we just put them in the schools and go about our business, and the school becomes, but not just where they learn, they become the babysitters and caregivers and everything in between. And we wonder sometimes why we shouldn't be paying teachers more than they are paid now, taking care of. Teachers deserve so much more. We normally will stop on the road and see soldiers in military uniform, and we salute them and say thank you for all that you do. I think we ought to do that also for our teachers, wherever we see them, anybody that maybe we should have a uniform for them also. I'm not saying it's the same trade, but it's there, even today in the violence in schools, they are also facing that aspect, not only academically, but also physically, trying to dodge everything coming at them. So I digress. What I'm trying to say here is that now we are bringing them back home as our children. Those are the students. They are on vacation now, whether they're in elementary school, in high school, middle school, or in universities. They are coming home. What are our plans? The students, what are your plans? So that's our topic for the day. Okay. So what do we do with such information? So let's start by asking ourselves, what are we capable of doing? What is available around us? So many schools of thought that I looked into have given an example of a lot of things that individuals can do. But let me start from my own personal experience growing up. When school will be over, not just for long summers or long periods of school, vacation time, but for short ones. My mom and some other moms and dads will, you know, map out stuff for us to do. If it is farm work, there are times for you to go to the farm work. If you have, tutorials to go to, you have time to do that as well. Okay, time is mapped out. They also schedule in your time to rest on your own, to take time for yourself and rest. That's what vacation is all about, to rest your brain. But it doesn't stop you from really studying, reading your books. This is where you catch up on novels, refreshing your memory of the English words and all that. Many who know me, know my joke of reading 2 or 3 books at the same time. It's fun, especially if you are into either romance books or, detective books and, documentaries. You don't want to just stick to one. You can read a chapter of this and then jump into another one. That's one. The second aspect is being productive outside of the homes. There have been stories of some initiated into, first of all, farming, like I said before. This is where you learn how to plant stuff. I remember us being given our little piece of land at the back of the house as your own personal garden. So the map up and divide lands, for you, that's your garden. Whatever you want to plant in it and take care of it. At the end, it's either you cut it and mom will buy it from you, or you can go sell it, or you bring it as your contribution to the pot in the house. So all these are not that you're going to bring a whole lot for the household to eat. It's for you to practice what you will gain from in your future, in your life. So farming is that's where many people learn to, plant corns and all that. And some of those things are done before even the bigger rays of the sun starts coming out. So very early. I know it's dangerous in most part of the world now to go even to the farm because of all the atrocities happening. But if you go in groups, I think the same things will be achieved, or around your house. Start teaching the young ones how to farm, how to handle the tools of the garden. Not when they are so grown up, then you start teaching them how to. No. The second aspect is trading. I have known some women going to buy like a half bag of rice, for example, and saying to their children, here, this is when you finish this, sell it, and if you get the profit, that's yours. Give me my money back when you finish. So some children learn to trade that way, and some will really take it a point. Some number of hours are mapped out for them for the day or market days so that they go and sell their stuff and learn how to interact with other traders, know how to interact with what is going on in the world. All this is, it's a power of expressing yourself, of the understanding that part of economics and business education that is more practical. And some also have taught their children to even prepare maybe their akara or something, edible that they take out there to sell. Some have been engaged in going to help others. You don't have to be paid for that. Going to help the elderly. Who are you going to help today? They get their little pocket money from there too, for those who can give them anything. And all these I get towards making sure these young ones are not idle, because an idle mind is an idle hand. It's like they say, it's a devil's workshop, and that's true. So you engage them. I have mentioned the farming, I've mentioned trade. One of the things that mom, like again, I said, many moms and dads used to do, and some of them still do, is to find a seamstress or a tailor nearby and ask this, a child of theirs or these children of theirs to go, even if it is maybe 2 or 3 hours a day, to go, watch what is done. They can even just be sweeping the floors of the shop, but they are learning how to needle, thread a needle, or handle the scissors in cutting some of these things, or picking stuff, or knowing what these things are called that are used in making their clothes. And by so doing, some of us were able to actually sew some clothing. We've forgotten some of them by now, but it's what we learn during long vacations like that. So if you are interested in male clothing, send them to male shops. And believe me, if they do it every term or every year, in the next 3 or 4 years, they will really, that becomes a second skill for these young ones. I mentioned that's my third one. That's like tailoring. I have seen some people send their children to bicycle repair shops, and they know how to put spokes on and get them off, repair the tires that are leaking and all that. They are not experts. They're not going to make them experts overnight, but continuation and continuous apprenticeship of this. It's a whole thing. You're not asking those people to pay your own child. You are asking them, they may ask you some money to look over these young ones, because actually they are going to babysit them for you. Because when they are engaged in their stores, they don't allow them to be gallivanting all over the place. So that's an extra thing. So they're not going to take much to make sure your child is busy. The bicycle shop, the barber shop. Now, some people have started with sweeping the floors of the barber shop to actually cutting hair. And that becomes, I hear one or two who really use that to make money while in college of something they learned when they were in high school. That's a whole lot of things to learn. Those who repair cars, believe me, changing your tire is a big deal. If you can learn just that young man learns just that, that's money in their own pocket, not taking their or calling somebody who is an expert to come and change their tires. So these are recommendations that are being made for these young ones who have all this time on their hands, but nothing to do with. Okay. Some people have helped out in stores, regular convenience stores. And that's when they start knowing the prices of stuff. They're going to make their own home one day. And they start now to know, okay, those, mom gives me two tablespoons of nido milk, and I think that's not enough. So I go back and take 3 more, 5. Oh, this is how much it costs. So expose them to the world. That's how they will learn. Okay. And there are so many things I can't begin to, name them all here. And even to caterers, those who cook, they don't even have to be the ones preparing the whole dish, but they can also be people who bring the woods that are put under the stove or under the tripod, or who clean the pots. And by so doing, they are learning how to cook. Okay. So there is no knowledge that is wasted. None whatsoever. They come together. Every pieces of knowledge that you have, they find themselves coming together in any particular tasks. That's why even in corporate America, they tell you, don't say no to anything being presented to you. Just ask, tell me how to, or show me how to do that. And at the end, you become an expert in every little thing. And that's how you get all the promotions and all that. So make use of this time, the young ones that are giving you, when your parents are able to even spare it in a change to send you to these establishments. Please take it as seriously as they have thought about that to take you there. That's for your life. They are helping you navigate this thing called life as you grow up. Um, Again, you might continue to apply that as you go. Even construction sites. Who says that those doing bricklayer or those now doing all types of construction job, building jobs, that you cannot go there to just sit every day? I mean, a foreman will even pity you if you show up every day of the week without asking for anything, but asking, can I render a hand in maybe mixing concrete or something. At least they give you lunch at the end of the day. But the knowledge gained is precious. Okay. So parents, think about all these things. In the villages, in homestead, Africa, we have a lot of this going on. That today, because there are no government jobs, that's the best opportunity you can have. That while in school, you go do such. And I hear people say, oh, you can school and do X, Y, Z. If you make the time, you will. It's how you schedule your day is what you can make time to do stuff with. Again, it depends. Unless you are not full of good health, then that's a different issue altogether. But if you're able-bodied and you can wake up every day and go, the opportunities out there to learn are enormous, especially for the young ones. And parents, it's how your approach of asking them to do this is the most important thing to really think about and to plan about or around before you approach these young ones. They like to understand the WIFM, WIFM, what is in it for me aspect. If you sell it to them that way, they are going to listen. The listening part is that, oh, this will eventually, or tomorrow, they might ask you, first of all, where am I going with all this that you're asking me to do? Yeah, tomorrow you come out, there is no job. You might be able to use this or anything. Even dry cleaning, washing of people's clothing and saying, can I iron? People are looking for all those, manual jobs. You don't have to live in somebody's house as a maid or a service guy in order to be able to do all that. You can decide, okay, you're going to wash cars. You target 10 cars, a week. By this roadside, clean people's car. That's money. Charge them half of what they will pay in town. And you started, that's how people start little um, um, local businesses. Okay. So think about it. If you are in diaspora, there's also opportunity. In fact, you have more opportunity to apprentice because you will show up as what we call, uh, what is it now? A volunteer. Volunteer for things to do. Ask, can I help? They will know that you're eager. They love it, and they will really show you the ropes. And they will remember you when then you need a job. That, oh, this person was eager to learn and they volunteered. So I am urging all those young ones out there who are going to enjoy these long days of summer that are really God-given. I wish now we did more when we knew, when we had them, So what we know now, if we knew it then, and if anybody told us more, but our parents tried. We were also a little bit nonchalant about some of the aspects that were shown us, but you know, um, baking. That's how when we learned how to bake cake, all of that. It doesn't take it, it's not rocket science. You can learn how to, you make mistakes, you go back and do it again. It's make it fun. Okay. Learn how to cook. You don't even have to go out. Say this time around, I will learn how to make stew, make rice, make this, make that. The jollof rice is a big one. Any part of the world where you are in, go and learn something during these 2.5 to 3 months that you are being given or less. Even if it is 1 month, you can learn a whole lot. Give yourself a few hours a day, few days in a week, and you can make the best out of it. Take notes. Okay. What did I do? How did I do this? The how-to notes. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So that when you practice on your own, when you're back to school in the evenings, when you have time, that is the greatest of all, is to have that knowledge that you look back on and it's helpful. So I mentioned a little bit about everything that you could do, whether you are at the homestead or in diaspora. Look for anything that you're interested in, and there are places around you where you can go and say, hey, can I help? Could you teach me how to do XYZ? And if you don't have money and these ones are charging you money, say, I'm volunteering. Can I help? And they just watch and clean stuff for you. That's also an opportunity to leave the house. And in some cases, you don't have to actually transport yourself anywhere. You walk to the place, to the market square. There's a whole lot of things going on around us everywhere. Volunteer to the, and that's also where you learn to get the honor of being, what do I call it now? Trusted with something, because before anybody can take you in, they will know that you are not going to mess with their stuff. So they will take you in. And that's also how people count on people's reputations. The integrity comes with that. And they will remember you when the chips are down. Oh, that boy, that girl, that really is so humble and so down to earth and so tedious working and hard working and smart working and all that. They will remember. The elders do not forget. Okay? And for the parents, the ball is in your court. Don't wait till they are out of school, graduated, and then you say, oh, you don't have XYZ. Tell them to start now. We have our young ones who used to doing summer, they're printing t-shirts. They're designing t-shirts and printing t-shirts, and because they have those who already do part of these. And they go to them and say, this is what I want you to write, this one, and they sell them. The fun part is that today, online business is huge. When you go to some places where they sell stuff, Shopify is a big one. People sell and buy on there, on eBay and Amazon and all that. If you design something little, the world is going to see that, and somebody's going to pick you up. But you got to learn the elementary part. You're going to learn the basic parts. And these are opportunities all around you to learn those. So, seize the day. Okay? Again, if you have any questions about this, the internet is full of information. As I said, that I don't have all the answers. What I do is to collect all that information out there that is so huge that some people run away from, especially those of you that are young. So what I do here is to break it down for you. If you want more, go back there and look. And all that I mentioned, there are much more, many more of these trades and skills out there that you can go learn. Nothing is wasted. Okay? So this is all we have for you today. And I hope you enjoy your summer vacation coming up. And stay safe. It's still a dangerous world out there. And please subscribe. It's free. I have the audio one and I have the YouTube one. So, and tell your friends, share with others. And if you have questions, you have my email address on my YouTube or on my channel that you can write your question to, like others are doing. I thank you very much and hope you have a wonderful time listening to this episode. Thank you.